welcome to the Deep Dive. All right, so today we're diving into a really incredible story from the Bible. Joshua leading the Israelites across the Jordan River. And most people, they remember the miracle, the water stopping. But what our sources point to is the surprising thing that had to happen first.
Right. And that's our mission today, to sort of unpack the context of that crossing, but to really zero in on the command Joshua gives right before it all happens.
A command that was all about intentional preparatory listening.
Exactly. Verse 9 lays it out. Before this massive miracle, Joshua's instruction is simple. He says, "Come here and listen to the words of the Lord your God."
And that emphasis on listening, on just being attentive, that's where the real insight is for you, the listener.
Well, and what's fascinating here is the sheer size of the problem they were facing. You have to picture it.
This wasn't just a small river, was it?
Not at all. The sources make a huge point of this. The crossing happened when the Jordan River overflows all its banks throughout the time of harvest. So we're talking about a massive, swift-moving flood, a real, impossible barrier.
So, the stakes couldn't be higher.
Yeah.
And this crossing wasn't just about getting to the other side. It was promised as a very specific sign, wasn't it?
It was. This action was meant to prove that the living God was among them and would, without a doubt, drive out the 7 groups they were about to face.
The Canaanites, Hittites, Hivites, all of them.
All of them. And that specificity is so important. Joshua wasn't just giving them a general pep talk. He was focusing their attention on a very precise promise of success against named enemies.
And the execution of it, the mechanism, required this incredible faith built on that promise. The priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant, which the sources call the Ark of the Lord of all the earth, which is just such a powerful title. They had to act first.
They had to be the ones to step into the water, into the flood.
Acting solely on that instruction they'd heard. And the result?
It was instantaneous. The moment their feet touched the water, the text says the water coming down from above stood and rose up in a heap.
It's piled up.
Piled up, yeah.
Right.
Very far away. And the downstream flow was just completely cut off.
Yeah.
The people crossed over on dry ground.
The miracle itself is stunning, but let's connect that to right now. Our sources kept coming back to this. In our world of constant notifications, opinions, endless content.
All that noise.
Attentive listening is actually a really rare and difficult thing. It requires you to intentionally slow down.
And that's the challenge, isn't it? The Israelites were stepping into a huge unknown, a flooded river, hostile territory. Their confidence didn't come from their own power or their own strategy.
Yeah.
It came directly from hearing God's specific promise before they took a single step. Before God does something amazing, he calls us to listen.
Which is so countercultural for us. We live in a world that rewards self-expression, talking, acting now, but the sources suggest Joshua's command to listen carefully is maybe one of the most important messages for our generation.
I think so. The sources almost frame attentive listening as the secret to a truly blessed life. It's not passive. It's the strategic prerequisite for getting the specific plan you need to overcome what looks impossible.
So when you boil it all down, we have this massive, history-changing event, the Jordan River stopping in its tracks.
A huge physical miracle.
And it was all set in motion by a simple internal act of obedience. Attentive listening. The promise had to be heard and trusted before a single foot touched that dry ground.
It's a powerful pattern. The preparation for the impossibility was just to listen carefully.
So we'll leave you with this final thought, this question that comes out of the material. What if the breakthrough you are waiting for doesn't require louder speaking or more planning or more aggressive action? What if it begins with quiet trust and attentively listening to the instructions you may have already been given? That's the connection to explore.